Guys, it's Crystal Lee Lucier here, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Crystal Lee. And guys, I am so excited to welcome Evan Carmichael to the show today. Hi, Evan.
Let's go. I'm excited to be here.
This is really honestly like I think you are such an inspiration to so many people, and I'm excited that we all get to talk with you today. So, the first thing I just wanted to say, I met Evan at a really cool event called Speakpreneurs. And it's cool when you meet someone right after you hear them kind of blow the room away with their energy. How did you get involved with speaking? And then I actually have some questions about how you even got to where you are, but how did you get in that room?
In that particular room or just speaking in general?
In that room. So with the Speakpreneurs.
Was that put on by Paul? I'm
Hmm.
trying to even remember what that
It
was.
was, yeah, it was put on.
Right. Okay.
So
So that was an event, I think, was it in Mississauga? I'm trying to remember
was
now.
Mississauga, and it was
Uh,
cold. It was really cold out.
it's still cold.
Cool.
It's funny because people in my life, my wife, my friends, whatever, they make fun of me for having a terrible memory. And most things I actually don't remember. Like, what did I eat yesterday? I have no idea. What day of the week is it? I don't even know. What year is it? Like, how old am I? I have no idea. But things like that related to events and just people, sometimes I remember. That one, I mean, Paul, I think just connected on Instagram
Nice.
and he was doing a tour. I don't think he's from Toronto. I don't remember where he's from, but in the US.
Yeah.
And he was coming and I think he just wanted some local vibe to it. And most of the times, was it on a weekend? Was it like a Saturday?
I feel like it was. It was on the weekend.
Remember. So normally I don't really do a ton on the weekend. Unless I talk to my wife first, because we usually do things on the weekend.
I feel
And
like your wife was
so,
there.
what's that?
I feel like she was there too.
Did she come? Okay, maybe that's
Yeah.
why. So maybe that's why. And then I don't know if I went to lunch or dinner with Paul or what or maybe Nina and I went off to do something on our own. But I think he was just looking for somebody local in the scene. It was talking about how to make money as a speaker. I think the audience was a little newer in terms of
Yes.
people just kind of getting started on their speaking journey, which is cool. Like I love helping people at the beginning, love helping people who are more advanced. Yeah, I mean, as you start creating content, I think this maybe is valuable for people watching. You start just to attract the people who care about that thing and opportunities start to come, right?
Yeah.
So I think Paul and I have been connected for a bunch of years. I don't know. I guess I don't know if there's a way to see how long you've been a mutual connection. And just, there's lots of people I'm connected to, I guess, that we haven't figured out what to do yet. And he was coming into Toronto. So I was, hey, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Love that. I mean, and I think the thing is, your channel is awesome on YouTube, by the way. And I'm sure 3 million other people agree with me. So it's good. But how did that, like, when I was listening to, I think it was your top 10 rules for success, you were talking about the fact that, like, it's fine to have, like, when you are at that point where you've done the work and you have this result, a lot of people might say, like, well, how do you get that? But you actually went back at the beginning of your business to see how other people, I think you've referenced like Bill Gates, like how did he start? Not how, like it's great that he is where he is, but how did he start? And so what was it that led you to look at that foundation stuff?
Desperation. Uh, Yeah, desperation. I mean, I think I got a lot of my great ideas from being at rock bottom, and so with my first business, I was 19. It was a software company, and I was just making no money, and I turned down these big jobs to just give it a shot and just see because I didn't want to live with the regret of like, what if.
Yes.
And I it was so stressful and so painful, and I made it harder because I didn't tell anybody. When my friends asked me how I'm doing, I'm like, I'm living the entrepreneur life. Meanwhile, like I'm making $300 a month, and I'm stressed out of my mind, and I feel
Yep.
like a worthless human being, right? And that's on me. I'm sure if I told them, hey, I'm struggling, it would have been easier for me emotionally, and I would have had support. I was just embarrassed, ashamed.
I think a lot of people deal with that though. Like I think that is telling people that things are not going well is it's tough because that's like very counterintuitive to what we're taught, right? like manifest the awesomeness, like don't lean in. But sometimes you need that support.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's entrepreneurship, for sure. It's one of the, if you're gonna go off the beaten path and do your own thing and go choose a career or something that, you didn't go to school for and is not traditional or normal, it's definitely a lot harder. And so it led me to then tell my business partner I quit. Like I quit. I quit for one day on my business, and I needed to feel like I still love the business, but I need to feel like I was a valuable human being. It's like if you wake up every day and you're trying, like I was actually trying, right? It's not
Yes.
like I'm just slacking off playing games or something. I was actually trying all day, every day, and like nothing is happening. It takes its toll, It's just, and I just felt completely worthless. And so, like, I can't, out of just frustration, like, I told them I quit and then cried my face off. And then the next morning, I woke up and realized so the two things that saved me. One was Jeff Bezos's regret minimization framework, which is basically like don't live with regrets. So
Yes.
he explains
Okay.
it, but basically, like imagine yourself at 85 or whatever, looking back on your life.
Yes.
You're about to quit on this thing. Are you going to regret it or not? Um, I don't think he said 85, but I'm 19. I might be 20 at this point, 19 or 20, and I just imagined when I'm super old,
Yep.
and for me, super old was 40. I'm 40, I'm 40, what the year is it now? I'm 46 this year, right? So, but when you're 19, 20, like 40 is like, oh my God,
So
when I have
old. I know.
arthritis and like it's over and like it's just I'm a completely decrepit. So anyway, I pictured like my life was over at 40. Would I look back at this moment and regret it? It's like, no, I would regret it if I don't keep going. So I have to keep going, but I didn't know what to do. So when people say like, well, should I quit or not? Well, like just run it through that test. Like, go older than 40, maybe go 85, look
Yep.
back. If you're going to quit on this thing, are you going to regret it? Are you going to regret quitting? Because I think people, for some things we quit too soon on. Often our dreams, our goals, our what we want to accomplish, our big visions, we quit too soon on. But we also quit too late on things. Like we stay in a career for way too long. We stay in a relationship for way too long. We stay in things way too long as well. So like when is the right time to quit? Quitting itself is not bad if you're quitting on the right thing.
Yeah.
But so what's the difference between the right thing and the wrong thing? Like I can't tell you. It's your life. You got to figure that out. But the framework that I use is just through that lens of 85-year-old you looking back on your life. If you quit on this business idea now, this goal now, this relationship now, are you going to regret it? And if it's no, I'm not going to regret it. If 85 you would come back and say, you should have got out of that 5 years ago. You should have dumped that person 2 years. It's like, okay, great. I'm listening. Let's go.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the 85-year-old you would come back and say, no, keep going. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And so then you have to keep going. But that doesn't tell you what to do. It just means keep going. And like, again, I'm 19, 20. I'm struggling. I feel like I've tried everything. I know I need to keep going, but that doesn't solve my problem of, okay, but like, what do I actually do today? What's my answer? Because I feel like I've tried everything, right? And
Yeah.
how many times you tell it, I've
Let's
tried
go.
everything and
Yeah.
nothing has worked. And I've tried. So I was literally at rock bottom. It was like one of the worst moments of my life was like quitting on my business partner because it had nothing to do with my business partner. It's like, I'm quitting on myself. I'm recognizing that like, hey, all this time I've spent was useless, which I
Yeah.
translated to I am useless, right? Which of course is not true. And I would go and
Well, it's dangerous
I would
though to
hug
think that
younger
way.
me. But
Yeah.
like that was the reality of what I was feeling at that time. And so I had a spark of, okay, I can't be the first person to try to figure out how to build a software company. Like I
Yeah.
can't be the first person. Who's done it? And the first person that came to mind was Bill Gates. And this was, it's 2 decades ago, right? This is a long
Good
time
to go.
ago, two
Yeah.
and a half decades ago. So at the time, Bill Gates, Microsoft was like the biggest company. He was the guy. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know anything about him or his story, but I figured, okay, like if Bill Gates can go build a whatever billion business, can I get a million? Can I get 100K? Like, can I get something? I'm sure I can get something. I may not be as good as him, but like I'm better than $300.
Yeah.
It's like
100%.
something. And as I researched him, I found that all of these were big ideas that he was doing. It's like, okay, but I don't have that. I can't go buy Super Bowl commercials and
Right.
I don't have a huge marketing budget or 10,000 people on my team or whatever. Like I'm just
Yeah.
getting started. So it was hard for me to connect to what Bill Gates was doing at that time. So then I said, okay, but how did he get, how did he go from 0 to 1? Because at the beginning he was zero too. Like everybody's zero at the
Yeah.
beginning. So how did he go from 0 to 1? And that's he did it through partnerships was the like short answer. He partnered with people. His big deal came with IBM. At the time, IBM was like the biggest computer company selling computers everywhere. Now they don't even sell computers. But he made a deal with IBM that every IBM computer had Microsoft software on it, and that exploded the company.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Microsoft was already a $7 million company when they did that deal. Now, 7 million is nothing compared to the billions, but it was still 7 million more than I had.
100%. Yeah.
So like how do you go from 0 to 7? Like that's why so that's the deal that made him, but how did he get to the 7 was still what I wanted to figure out. And it was still through partnerships, just smaller partnerships.
Yeah.
And IBM just became the big partnership that he did. It's like, okay, so if Microsoft did it through partnerships, how do I put that into my business? What are some partnerships that I can roll out? And I started connecting with different companies that might be able to sell our software. And my first big deal was $13,500. But for me,
That's
that was
for
huge.
$300. That's gigantic.
It was like one, money. I felt rich, and also just validation. Like finally, something I did worked,
Yeah.
even a little bit, right? It's like, oh my God, I'm not a complete failure as a human, right? And so ever since then, I tried all these things, nothing worked. I modeled somebody who had done it and looked at their origin story
Yes.
and how they got like 0 to 1. Like, oh, that worked. Okay, let me do it again. And so it wasn't, it's a long way of answering your question. It wasn't some super thought out, I'm a genius plan. It was really just out of pure desperation
Yep.
that I had this dream and I didn't want to quit on it and I didn't know what to do. And this is just like my last resort idea that came
Yes.
up. And like, thankfully it worked.
I would actually argue, so I know you're also a fan of Tony Robbins, but I would argue like that's where the magic happens. Like it's that inspiration comes from desperation. But so I know that you are connected with Tony. Have you heard of his program, Personal Power 2? So that's how I got introduced to Tony. It was from my dad. My dad gave me this CD set when I was 22, and we're the same age, I think you and I. And I listened to it and I just thought he was so cool. And he talks about a lot of that stuff. He talks about the like looking at your life, and that's how I made decisions as well. But it was the modeling. It's like we oftentimes, because I what I loved about you looking at Bill's origin is that a lot of people will look at the success and like, I want that. You have to go back and go, okay, but are you going to slug it out every single day and fight that fear, fight the imposter syndrome? So good for you, because I think like a lot of entrepreneurs, we all deal with that. And what you don't realize is those things where you think you're failing every day, you're still moving forward. So you're not failing, right?
Yeah, I just I had no support network.
Yeah.
I had nobody in my family was an entrepreneur. None of my friends were entrepreneurs. Like people weren't making podcasts at the time, sharing their stories. I wasn't, smart enough to think that way yet. I didn't have anybody introduce me to Tony Robbins, and like I just wasn't even in that world. I wasn't even
Yeah.
thinking about it. It wasn't part of my environment or my upbringing, and so I just felt like nobody else is winning at this that I know.
Yeah.
And so it just led to the Bill Gates idea. But again, like now looking backwards, like, oh my God, go model success. It's
Yeah.
so obvious, dummy, right? Like, come on, go. It makes sense looking backwards. Like, oh, that was actually a smart thing to do. Like, why didn't you think about that at the beginning, right? Like I went at the beginning, I tried a whole bunch of things that also didn't work. And most of them I don't remember because they just were like, I don't know, stupid ideas or didn't have a lot of attachment to. But one was a bank. Like I figured, okay, we started a company, go to the bank. Banks help entrepreneurs get some advice, and we're going to grow. It's going to be great. And I walk into the bank here in Canada. I think it was like a CIBC, and that's where I was banking at the time because they were the bank of the Blue Jays. I don't know if they still are, but I love the Blue
I
Jays.
love that.
So I walk
Partnerships
into
work.
what's that?
Partnerships work.
Yeah,
Bank especially.
I didn't make that connection until now, so that's great. You're teaching me here. But I walked into the bank and like, hey, so start a business. How do you help? I'm ready. He's like, well, like, how long you been in business? Like, we just started. We're excited. Let's go. It's like, oh, well, like, do you need a loan? Like, I don't know. We're
Tell
going. Like,
me.
how do you guys help businesses? I see the commercials. You help people with their business. How can you help? Like, well, we help. like we give loans, which then you like very basic. I didn't know anything. We give you loans, you have to pay us back, but you either need 3 years of success in business or you have to put something down. You need collateral that we can loan against. Like you have collateral. It's like, no. Okay. And so I left super like I guess he wasn't shaming me. I think he was trying his best to just try to explain, but I felt super embarrassed and like here was my plan. I thought banks are going to help me. Here we go. And like I walked out feeling, oh my God, this is not even close. This is way harder than I thought. But I feel like I tried everything. I'm trying to talk to people. I'm trying to research. I like every crazy idea I come up with, we try and like nothing was working. And so that led me to quit. And then the idea of modeling success. And I only got there again because I was afraid that if it didn't work, like if I quit now, it's too soon and I'm going to regret it.
And I think that's like that is magic. So anyone listening, like it is tough out there. And so it is like anything that can light that fire in us, find it and like hang on to it. So even if it's like the desperation of being like, I'm done, but I don't want to look back and be disappointed that I walked away right now. So I'm going to keep going. Like that, I think if you could bottle that, that is like, and call it like the secret of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Listen, are most of the people who watch this entrepreneurs or who are
Yes.
that's their background?
Freelancers and
Got it.
entrepreneurs. Yeah. So
Got it.
business owners and usually I mean, people that really are excited about learning, but also the goal is always to give the takeaways so that the synergy of talking and listening, that's the goal.
Yeah, I wish this show existed, right? Like if this show existed when I was 19, 20, I might have had some other like I would have listened to every episode and hopefully not have struggled as much as I did, right? I think there's so much more opportunities now. There's so many
Yes,
more like the best teachers are on YouTube. You want
they
to
are.
learn something? Go watch them. They're not in universities, they're not in classrooms. The best
Yeah.
teachers are on YouTube right now. And so you have the ability to go learn from the people. Look, billionaires are on YouTube making content about how they got. That's crazy. Like I wish I had that. And I do now. But for
Yeah.
anybody getting started, you have the opportunity to create a routine and environment around you, even if the people in your direct environment are not super understanding or supportive or doing the thing that you want to do. Like, I want to get started in real estate. Are you crazy? Real estate's terrible to get into, right? Well, okay, you might just take that one person's opinion of somebody who like bought some rental home 30 years ago and it didn't
Yeah.
work out. And so now they crap on anybody else's dreams about real
Yes.
estate, right? And you don't know anybody else. And so like you just take that as a fact, or because Uncle Joe said that, now it's like he's casting you out for the rest of your life, right? It's like it's crazy. But there's lots of people now making content. You can change your environment, even with
No, sorry. Even with what?
like I would call it aspirational mentors. Like
Yeah.
people, you may not have a mentor in your life, you may not know somebody. I
Yeah.
never met Bill Gates, but he saved my business, right? Cool. Like if I meet him, I'll tell him. I mean, maybe he'll be like, cool. Maybe like, I don't care. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about Bill Gates. But like I learned from him and it was
Yes.
valuable. And so there's people who have come from worse environments than you are in right now, and they went off and won, and you're on your path, but you
Yeah.
can learn from them. Like they're the proof that it's possible, and so you can too.
So good. And I mean, and I think that's the thing, right? Like, you don't, when we talk about the people you surround yourself with, they are the real people, but it's also the people you're listening to. It's also the people you're reading. And I just signed up, actually. I wanted to chat with you about your 30-day challenge that you created. It sounds to me, and like from everything I've listened to, and even talking to you now, it is your journey. Like, you're excited to share it with newer entrepreneurs. What is the 30-day challenge that you created, and why did you do it? Because I think as I'm as we're talking, I have a very similar thing to you where it's like whether it's Tony Robbins, whether it's Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, all these people, like you listen to them and they really are mentoring you. They don't know it because they're trying to help other people too. So where did the 30-day challenge come from?
You
And
talk
what
about the Believe Walk challenge?
yeah, well, so I just signed up where you get a video every day, I think for 30 days. Um,
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I think I thought I had mentally said I was doing it, but I didn't actually sign up, apparently until today. So it starts tomorrow.
No, you're good. If you do, I mean, we have a few challenges going on, so just getting clarity in that one. But
Yeah.
I think it started with Earl Nightingale, who's the kind of father of personal development.
Yeah.
And we connected with his wife, Diana, to kind of keep the legacy alive for Earl and put a bunch of, videos up on YouTube of things that she had saved of him. And one of his things was a 30-day challenge. Like if you commit to 30 days of learning something, improving yourself, anything, commit to 30 days, your life will be completely different. Now, his world was radio. There was no video really at the time. And so he had a radio show, like listen for 30 days, take the message in, you will change your life. What we're trying to do it is in a more modern era through YouTube videos. If every day you woke up and I like to pair it with getting outside and walking.
Yes.
So that's why called it like the Believe Walk Challenge. But basically, if every day you got up and you went outside, just go outside. I mean, it's cold. I get it. I'm in Canada too. It's
It's
like
so
it's
cool. But it's
cold. It's
sunny out.
minus. I'm wearing my hat and my gloves and the layers and the wool, all of that. But just get outside. Like it makes a huge difference. Just getting outside. One, just especially for the at-home entrepreneurs, the transition between just your morning and your house routine and just get
Yes.
outside and then come back. It's like you're mentally prepping yourself. Second, like walk. Now I walk with a 70-pound bag on my back, but you don't need to do that either. It's like just walk, just move, get a few steps in the morning. Like it makes it, you don't have to run, you don't have to climb crazy mountains, just
Yeah.
a little bit of activity, and then put something on that helps you believe in yourself a little bit more. And so maybe that's the videos that we provide. We try to make it easy that, hey, here's a video every day. Listen to this. Or it's your podcast, it's your show, and they're listening to old episodes, or it's something else. But design it in advance or create a reminder so that you have something so that in the morning now, if you're not trying to figure out, oh, what should I listen to today? Because then that friction means you don't do it.
Yeah.
So you wake up, you go outside, and you listen to something that is helps you believe in yourself for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like mine are 15 minutes to an hour. I usually post about it on Instagram every day and kind of lessons that I learned from it. And a lot of times they're just reminders. Like I've already heard this, but it's like a reminder and it resets me so that when I come back, I work from home, right? This is my home office. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And we've all had these moments where you watched a video or you listen to something and it gave you a spark of inspiration.
Yeah.
It kind of snapped you out of Uncle Joe telling you that your real estate career sucks, right? Because that can get overwhelming. So whatever has happened there, whatever that spark was, instead of randomly hoping that it gets fed to you, you can engineer it into your calendar. And I like as soon as possible because if you watch some video that inspires you to be a speaker and it's 8 o'clock at night, you're like, okay, this is great. And the next couple hours you're doing something, but then you wake up the next day and you're kind of starting all over again. So put it into your morning routine so that you have energy for the rest of the day that carries you to a bolder place. And so as little as 15 minutes a day for 30 days, you do that. If you want to pair it with getting outside and going for a walk, it'll change your life.
That's amazing. Like, I know that we've learned that there's some crazy percentage, like 95% of what you think today is something that you thought yesterday. So if you bring in that new stuff, you're literally changing your thinking, which could change your
Oh, yeah, I don't remember the exact percentage. It's something like that. Over 90% of what you thought of today is the same things you thought of yesterday.
life.
But pair that with over 80% of the things that you thought about yesterday were negative.
Ooh,
So you're
okay.
thinking
Yeah.
about not just the same things every day, but the same negative things every day.
Yes.
And that's
But
part of our wiring, like humans that we're wired to like be on the alert and look out and
yeah.
cool. And so we need, I guess you don't need to. I think we need to inject the positivity, inject the
Yes.
like the inspiration, inject and not just like somebody yelling at you, go do something, but hope, like seeing
Yeah.
somebody's story or one of your guests comes on and just says something that triggers a person in a positive way
Yeah.
forward. Because we've all had those moments. Like you might have had the Tony Robbins CDs from Personal Power at the beginning. And I'm
Yeah.
sure now there's still other videos or
Yes.
podcasts or people you listen to that like when they come on, it's like, okay, let's go. Right. So who are those people for you? And you just put them into your daily routine and unfollow or unsubscribe from the channels. Don't just sit
Yes.
on the toilet for 40 minutes
Yes.
scrolling through Instagram and looking at stupid videos, right? Unfollow those people. They're fine, but like you can fill your feed with things that help you want to go off and do better and engineer your morning routine. Why I like to believe walk is it's free. Anybody can do it. You have shoes, you can go outside, right?
Yes.
Nature is free.
Yep.
Walking is free. You don't need some expensive gym membership. And
Yep.
listening to something, everybody's got a phone and earbuds or a headset, whatever. You can get out and listen to it. And if you do that consistently, it'll change your life.
So good. Thank you. I have a question about your logo.
Okay.
How did the logo come to be and what does it mean?
So the paper airplane is the logo for those of you who might be listening on audio. And at the beginning, I like the idea of a plane because as entrepreneur, I deal with entrepreneurs. So my audience is entrepreneurs and kind of want to be entrepreneurs on the way up. The idea of the plane was we start somewhere and we're going to end up somewhere else. Like entrepreneurs don't like to stay stuck. You don't like to stay in the same spot. If you look at where you are now and where if you're 5 years, you're in the exact same spot, you're not going to be happy. Like we want to grow, we want to learn, we want to go somewhere different. Not
Yeah.
doesn't have to be physically, but just we want to grow and learn and not be in the same spot. So that the airplane kind of represents the takeoff and going somewhere new. But it's a paper airplane because as entrepreneurs, we don't have money at the beginning. Typically, I don't know. I guess some people
Yeah.
are have I didn't have money at the
Oh,
beginning, but
me either.
others
Most
might.
people
But
do
like
not.
most people, right? I think most people don't have a ton of money at the beginning. So it's not some jet plane with VC funding and all of the bells and
Yeah.
whistles. It's a paper airplane, right? It's like
Yes.
we're gonna fly, we're gonna get battered and bruised and easily torn, and like we're
Yeah.
trying our best to get to somewhere else. So I like that analogy. And then on the videos where we have a transition. I wonder if we change up our intros every now and then, but there's a plane that flies across the screen, and I wanted a sound effect that went with it. And the very first version that my team put together, if you go old school back on my channel, you'll probably see it. It sounds like a crop duster, like a propeller airplane, like just flying
Okay.
across. Like that's not like bold enough. I wanted to break the sound barrier. And so the later videos, you'd see the airplane fly across the screen, and then you'd hear like the sonic boom. And so the idea that like a paper airplane could break the sound barrier because it's going so fast, that like it's
Yeah.
impossible,
Yeah.
that's entrepreneurship for me. That's what
Okay.
we're all trying to do. We're trying to like change the world and make a positive impact in ways that everybody else thinks is impossible,
Yeah.
in ways that even our younger selves, like if you look at you from 5 years ago to say that you'd be here, it's like it's not possible, right?
It's
So
not.
you already are an impossibility, not even just to the world, but like to yourself, to younger you. You're here. And so the idea that you a paper airplane could break the sound barrier, that impossible is what I think entrepreneurs do every
Yes.
day. And so that ended up becoming the logo.
I absolutely love that. I am one of my mentors is Brian Buffini. So Brian, he's a big real estate coaching kind of mogul. In he's based out of California, but he helps a lot of people, a lot of realtors and mortgage people in Canada and the US. But we went to an event and he actually used the new Mission Impossible movie, or not Mission Impossible, no, Top Gun as an example. And his thing was like Buzz the Tower. Did you see the new Top Gun? New like a couple years ago. And the point where Maverick goes and like he just goes right by the tower and everyone's like, what's going on? And he's like that's the boldness you need as a realtor, as an entrepreneur. And that just reminded me of what you of your paper airplane. Like it's the impossible, but like that's what we're doing all the time. I love that. That is such a cool origin for the logo.
Yeah. It's gone through iterations. I think at the beginning I just liked it, but I didn't know why. And then as you keep going, like, oh, well, here's why, and you keep adding layers to it. Even just the whole why I love Believe and why I love
Yeah.
making videos. Like if you asked me at the beginning, it's like, I don't know. I'm pulled to it. I don't know why. And so that's already a good cue. And I think also a lesson for people at the early stages of entrepreneurship. If you're pulled to something, but you can't explain why, the explanation will come with time. So it's okay if it doesn't fully make sense yet. It's the idea is not coming out fully formed. It has a bunch of holes in it. But as you keep doing it, it'll make more sense. But the key is that the heart is there.
The
And
passion.
that's when you are like, if you're pulled to something, then I think you owe it to yourself to at least start the path to try to see it through and see what develops from it. And I think there's two types of people around you where you have this, especially at the beginning, where it's just a seed of an idea, right? If you were to make a business plan, it'd be like full of holes everywhere. And most people, when you tell them the idea, will just see the holes.
Fair. Yep.
Here, this doesn't work because of this. Oh, real estate is stupid because of yada, yada, yada. Have you thought about this? And then they'll also introduce other holes that you haven't even thought of yet.
That's
Don't
true.
forget about this and this and this and this and all these other problems too,
Yeah.
right? Which then just increases more uncertainty and doubt. But there's other people who actually try to help cover the holes and help see the parts that are not the holes, but the actual paper. And like, let's work towards these. Right. And like those are the people, again, either in person or just aspirational mentors. Like
Yeah.
Bill Gates's partnership strategy covered a hole for me,
Yes.
even though I haven't met him. Right. And so like the more that you go down and learn and keep at it and follow your intuition, like I need to do this. If you're being pulled towards something, you will patch the holes. You will figure it out. And it's just protecting yourself from the negativity and the people pointing out. And
Yeah.
people also don't have to be in person. Like go to most news sites
Yes.
and it's just buried with negative news about how everything is terrible and the world is falling apart. It's easy to get caught up in that cycle as well. And so just unfollow those people, stop watching that stuff,
Yeah.
and subscribe to the channels that help you patch those holes.
100%. Like I think we talk a lot about coaching on this show because I'm a big believer in coaching. And that's kind of how like that's the person that can see everything. They've got your back and they're helping you through it. So they're kind of like a mentor, but someone who's like very invested in your success and they can help you with that. I think I was listening to one of your videos and you had said that a lot of people will complain about their feed, just to what you said, like with your unfollowing, but you said, but your feed is very positive and you can actually affect that, right? Like that's where you're unfollowing people. All of a sudden, the algorithm knows that you're not going to bother with the negativity. So it only gives you the inspirational, positive stuff.
Yeah, it mostly gives you like if you think of any of these platforms, they want you on their platform for as long as possible. YouTube wants you on YouTube all day long. Now that might not be healthy, but like that's how they make money. Instagram wants you on Instagram all day long, and you repeat that for every platform. Like that's what they're
Yeah.
optimizing for. So a lot of times you're fed quote unquote negative content because that's what you're watching.
Yeah.
That they know that even if you say you don't want to watch it, but then there's some Epstein thing that comes out and you're sitting there watching it, guess what you're going to get a lot more
Yeah.
of? You just get more of it the next day versus positivity or hope or optimism.
Yeah.
So mine is entrepreneurship and it's positive entrepreneurship. I'll have dog stuff because I have a mini dachshund and a Shih Tzu who's on my trampoline right now with me,
Oh,
and some fun stuff. I guess it's just like I purposely, you just have to train yourself to train the algorithm because
yes.
we love watching the car crash. It's like if the
Yeah.
car crash is on the other side of the road, why does our side of the road have to be so slow?
Yeah.
Because we want to slow down and watch the car crash. Like what happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's training yourself to stop watching the car crash,
Yes.
right? And so when you see it next, swipe
Yeah.
next, right? I'm going to the next, and then you just stop seeing it all of a sudden.
And it's
The
yeah,
things that you are watching, you're going to get more of.
absolutely. I actually just on the dog and I got caught the other day on all of these like miracle stories about animals and how they like come up to the house and like they're saving people. And then I was just like, I was just completely, I was like, wow, I have to watch this. And then all of a sudden, like they just kept coming and I'm like, I need to go, like I have stuff to do. I need to go to bed. And they're so cute, but it's true. Whatever you're watching will just keep coming up. So yeah, you can intentionally change it. I love that.
Yeah, and
Um,
every now and then it'll pop in things that are a little outside and a little random. And if you start watching those,
yeah,
it'll give you a lot more of them. And if you don't want, like I had one on ping pong or something the other day. Like, why am I getting ping pong videos? That's weird. It's like, okay, I'm not going to watch this. And I haven't been served ping pong since.
they're all just testing what works. Okay. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
but like people like me, that's how they do it. Like people who watch whatever I'm watching, other people who are watching similar stuff, those people are also watching this ping pong video. So let's show it to Evan and see what happens. Evan
Yeah.
doesn't watch it. Okay, that's not a fit. Like, let's go find other stuff. Because if I just keep scrolling and I don't watch anything, I will just then leave the platform.
Yeah.
And that's not what, like, if I know that every time I go to Instagram, it's going to be stuff that I don't watch, or
Yeah.
YouTube and stuff that I don't watch, I won't go back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Instagram sucks. So I'm not going to go back. That they don't want that. So they're giving you what you want to watch. Maybe not what you would say you want to watch, but what you are actually watching.
Yeah. The action speaks louder. Okay.
Right. If you say, I don't want to watch dog videos of these rescues anymore. I don't want to watch, but then it pops up and you sit there and you watch it and you eat, right? Instagram's getting there watched, and guess what's going to happen, right? So they're
100%.
going to keep giving it to you. So it's just the aware. Now that's at least a better, like, if you're going to get distracted or go down a rabbit hole, that's at least a
That's
pretty
it.
happy, kind,
It
like
was.
positive
It made me,
place
yeah, it actually made me
versus
think
like
I should be getting
politics
an animal.
and everything else, chaos in the world. But that's what sucks people in. Like we are naturally wired to look at the car crash.
Yeah.
We are naturally wired to look at the drama, and you need to train the algorithm to not show you that stuff. And the way to train it is just stop watching when it pops up, because it will pop up. Scroll next.
Okay, I have a question. So you mentioned it briefly, and I have it on here to ask you. In
Okay.
your top 10 rules for success, you talk about your environment, right? So your office looks very cool. Talk to me about the trampoline because I think that is very unique and I think it's awesome. But where did it come to you that you should be on a trampoline at work? That's very cool. That's amazing.
So yeah, I'm on a trampoline all day. You know, there's
Yeah,
proof.
that's
I
cool.
try to when I'm on a podcast or whatever, interview or training, I sometimes have to hold on to my desk
I was gonna say you're not doing a lot of bouncing.
because my default mode, like if I'm working, I'm here, my computer's here, I like this would be me all day, and I have some music. I'm just
That's
bouncing
fantastic. You're just having your
all
best
day.
night.
So I try to, I've trained myself to try to calm it down because it's pretty annoying to watch on calls. So one, again, this is a great example of maybe patching somebody's hole or giving somebody a hack that can shortcut their path. For me, I always found I had more energy when I was standing up.
Okay.
So when I was doing phone calls back in the day, um, I would always get out of my chair and walk around. I have more energy, more ideas, more creativity when I'm walking around and standing up as opposed to just sitting down in a chair. So that led to me experimenting with stand-up desks. Like, what if I just worked standing up? And my first version, like I try to shortcut from idea to action. So this expression, like you get an idea, trust that it's the right one for you, just go do something about it. So I
Cool.
just that day I should try standing up. This is before stand-up desk was a thing. I took my laptop and just went to my bookcase and I worked standing up from the bookcase. Now I got tired after 2 hours because I wasn't used to standing up and working all
Yeah.
day. But I also found like during those 2 hours I was pretty like I was getting stuff done. Like, I'm actually performing better when I'm standing
Yeah.
up compared to sitting. Let's keep doing it. And I
Okay.
slowly was able to increase just from my endurance. And then I realized, okay, like standing up, the laptop at the bookshelf is not the best ergonomic. Like my shoulders are starting to hurt because
Yeah.
I'm hunched up too much. And so that led to me getting like an actual stand-up desk. And then I was working from that all day to the point where I had no chairs in the office, which then when people came over to meet, it was awkward because I'm just standing up having a meeting and they're not used to standing up all day. It's like, can I sit down somewhere? Like, oh, I should probably have chairs, I guess, for people when they come over. Back when I had an office, like an actual office. And then the trampoline came. I saw Tony actually before he gets on stage.
Yeah.
He always does like 3 jumps on a
You're
rebounder
rebounding.
and
Yeah.
then goes out on stage. And he has incredible energy on stage and
Oh
is
my
like,
gosh, so
I,
much.
I'm not that. I mean, I'm just bouncing like this. I'm not like I don't know how he does it, but like that's cool. What if I just worked from a trampoline instead of standing up?
Yeah.
And so when you are on it, so I'm on a rebounder. It's not like a giant trampoline. It's a mini rebounder.
Yeah.
And when you are on a trampoline, you just want to jump a little bit. It's just natural that you want. This is me. Like it's annoying to watch, but like this is what I just do because.
That's your zone.
But anybody gets on a trampoline, I'm not jumping, right? My feet are on the trampoline.
Yeah.
But when you're on a trampoline, you just want to move. It's just natural that you're going to
Yeah.
move, which is great. Like it's great. It's great for your body. It's great for your lymphatic system. It's great
Yes.
for mental clarity. At least it is for me. It's great for energy. And so then I started, what if I get a trampoline? So again, I did action. I got a trampoline. I broke 3 trampolines in 1 year. Yeah, because I will jump. How many? I forget. I tracked it. I forget if it's 20,000 or 70,000 jumps a day.
Yeah.
I should track it again. But I'll jump, let's say at least 20,000
Yeah.
jumps every day. Again, not big jumps, but like this, up and down, at least 20,000 times a day. Uh,
There's a
most
limit.
trampoline, what's that?
I didn't know there was a limit on the trampoline use.
Well, I think most rebounders are not designed to
To be all
jump on
day.
it 20,000 times every day, every day, every day, right? It's just like not, it's a very serious use case, right?
Yeah.
That they're just not designed around, right? So I broke 3 trampolines in 1 year.
Okay.
And then eventually now I'm going down the rabbit hole of like what trampoline is the best that, won't break on me. And I
Yeah.
found one that actually is fantastic. I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically dual spring. So every spring is two.
Okay.
So I don't break any of my springs. But then I need to buy a different desk
Yeah.
because this one is higher. It's like 11 inches of a trampoline, and I'm
Okay.
already like 6'1", 6'2", and most stand-up desks don't go that high. So I
Okay.
got a custom desk made from Montreal that sits on like extra casters that is like just at the ergonomic height level. But it all started with me just realizing uh, I have more energy standing up. So what if I just worked more standing up and I went to the bookcase with my laptop and started standing up, right? And so like those little things then lead to you can optimize later, but I think people try to prematurely optimize. And
Yeah.
so like does it feel good? Is it kind of working? Because then you can always make it better versus a lot of people just get stuck at the beginning. Okay, before I can do that, I need to know like what stand-up desk am I going to buy? And I got to research all the best stand-up desks and like all the best, oh, like that color may not fit like my room and like can I bring it back down if I want? It's like all of this overthinking that then nothing happens. Where
Yep.
the best thing to do is like
Analysis
just
paralysis.
right,
Yep.
don't go off and spend thousands of dollars on something, right? But just what's the fastest way to get started?
Does it work for you?
Yeah,
I love
take your
that.
laptop to a bookcase and just
Yeah.
work for an hour and see how you feel, right? Or like you come into the speakerpreneur thing, if we go
Yeah.
back to the start of the conversation, right? I don't know how long you've been thinking about being a speaker. I don't know, how much you do on a speaking tour, whatever, but hey, there's this event that's about speaking and people getting started doing it. And I'm curious about it. Maybe that's the first event you went to. Maybe you've already been in the industry for 20 years. I don't know. But it's like the most people just don't take the action. Like, was there a fee for that event? I forget what
What? Yeah, I did the I think there was a fee, and then I did the VIP one because I wanted to be able to like sit, have the lunch and sit with everyone.
what was the
I
entry fee? It wasn't a lot.
It was not a lot. I think it was like $200 or $300.
Okay,
Um,
actually, that's more than I thought it
but
was.
I think it was less if you were just getting a ticket.
Oh, the VIP was 200, 300. Yeah, I thought it was like $20 or something. But still, like most people, like if you're curious about becoming a speaker and there's an event from somebody who is a speaker and he's bringing in speakers, like where else are you going to get that?
Yeah.
Like spend the $20 on a Saturday to go and sorry, spend the $20 on the Saturday and go and do it and learn and see. It's like you'll learn more in that one day. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily upgrade to the VIP. Cool. If you can afford it, you got budget, you're really committed. Awesome. Go
Yeah.
do that. Otherwise, you'll learn a lot in that one day to see if it feels more right or wrong if you want to continue
Yes.
down that path. Versus most people who are going to be in the world of, I don't know, what's my message going to be? I'm not ready. Maybe I'll do it later. I need to get all of these things. What's my camera going to be? All of this stuff that like doesn't actually matter. And then you like never get started and we're just
Yeah.
constantly stuck in this paralysis, right?
Yes.
So like whatever the fastest way is to just get started, go and do that. And I love that you did that again. I don't know how much of a risk that was, how much you were down the path.
It, I think for me, I love speaking, but I'm not looking to do it professionally yet. Like at one point, I love doing this, like anything, and I think we share that. You really like, and you're significantly better at it, in my opinion, than I am, but helping people on their journey. So for me, that was the big thing. How can I do that? And I realized that when I do speak, I find a lot easier, like on a video, but on a stage, I was finding that my energy wasn't translating. Like I would kind of be there And so I wanted to see, how do other people take this energy and just like gift the audience with it. And that's what we saw that whole day, and what we see at like a TED Talk or with Tony. Like they're this gift of being able to just like impart inspiration and motivation on a room of people. That's kind of what my goal was, and I learned I still need to do it.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the kind of thing,
But
like if you, I have an answer to that problem, if that's
yeah,
something that you're trying to fix, right? But
yeah,
like that's the thing, like when you get into something new, you don't know how to do anything. And it's easy to
yeah,
focus on the problems of, oh, like when I go up and do it, I can't transfer my energy well. It
yes,
doesn't sound good. Most people then like, oh, I guess this is not for me. You just started. How many times have you done it? 3 times? Now you think like you're criticizing yourself for not being great at the thing. But if you keep going down the path and asking questions and getting help, whether
yeah,
it's going to events or watching videos and learning or listening to podcasts or reading books, like there are ways to solve the problem that you're facing, right?
yeah.
So I don't know if you're actually trying to solve that or not, but
Yeah,
it's like
I
it's
am
doable.
at all advice
So
will.
so for me, I used to hate public speaking. I still am not a huge fan of it. I've won awards and yada yada yada, but it's
You're
like
really
it's
good
not
at
my
it.
favorite thing to do. I'm introverted. It doesn't come across in things like this, but I'm introverted. I have no need, like I don't want to be famous. I don't like the spotlight. It doesn't make me excited. And it was one of the biggest fights I get into with my agent because he'd be like, "You need to be famous." Like I do not want to be famous, Steve. Like I don't like it. And it wasn't until he said, and it was probably more me being now more receptive than him, but when he said, "Hey, the more people know you, the more people can hear the message," that like
Yeah,
started to click. And I'm sure he probably told me that 20 times and I was just too stubborn or whatever to hear it. But finally, maybe he said it in one way, or maybe I woke up in a better mood or whatever, and it clicked. It's like, oh, okay. Because if you can connect it to service, I'm much more likely to do it. And I think introverts love helping and serving. We just don't like irrelevant conversations or talking about the weather or whatever. And so speaking was that for me. Like my thing for speaking is it's the ability to serve, and I speak so that I can have the conversations afterwards because I'll never go up to anybody and say hi because I'm an introvert. I don't
okay.
know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to talk to you about. But if I speak, then people come up to me afterwards and ask
Yeah,
me questions. And then we have a meaningful that they're not asking me about the weather and how cold it is in Toronto. They're asking me about something that I said on
yeah,
stage. And so then I'll spend 6 hours in the hallway just helping people, which
yeah.
is meaningful conversations and connections, which is why I would do it in the first place. But for me getting started, the for speaking, I use a combination of a push and a hug. And I use both. And it just depends on what I need more in the moment.
Yeah.
So I remember I was doing an event in Whistler, the last event I did public before like COVID shut everything down. Ed Milet and Andy Frizella invited me out to speak there.
Nice.
Nobody knew any of the speakers. Like the speakers didn't know the other speakers until you got to the event.
Oh
And
wow.
so I fly out there, I drive through the snowstorm, whatever. They put me up in a suite, cool. And then I find out on the day of that I am speaking after David Goggins, who, if you know, David Goggins is like the most intense human on earth, and then before Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning is arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, right? People have their lists, but
Pretty
I
well
was like,
known.
I'm between freaking David Goggins and Peyton Manning. What the heck am I going to say between these two guys? And that can happen. Like when you're speaking, you're probably the worst speaker at the beginning. You're like the lowest person, and those are the stages you should want to be at,
Yeah.
right? Not the one where like you're the best, right? You want to be around people who are better. And I was really intimidated. I was really scared and really nervous. And the thing that saved me was both the push and the hug. So the push is I I don't like being afraid of something and saying no,
Right.
right? Like it's okay to be afraid, but I don't like that being the reason why I said no.
Right. Okay.
Just because, just as an identity thing, because it's easy to find a reason why you shouldn't do something, but often it's just fear talking to you, and so I don't like that. I don't want fear to be the reason why I say no. So it's like a push. It's like, come
Okay.
on, Carmichael, you can do this,
Yeah.
right? Um, the hug is I try to find someone in the audience that I can serve,
Okay.
and it's
Love.
like I may not be able to help everybody here, and maybe Goggins and Peyton Manning can help these people more than I can, but like
Yeah.
that one person I know more about YouTube than David Goggins and Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And somebody here like needs that advice, and I'm going to speak to her.
Nice.
And so
Okay.
one thing I do is I try to talk to people before. just to understand who's in the room and try to
That's
bring, even if they don't know who I am, just to ask about their business and why they're here. And it's like, okay, I know I can help somebody, but
very
I found I need to do something before I speak. It's like I have a mastermind and YouTubers, people are building their business on YouTube. There's more entrepreneurs, but using YouTube to grow their business.
yeah,
They fly in 4 times a year and we jam out in person. And these
nice.
are like, they become like friends and family of
Yeah,
entrepreneurs. But I still get super nervous for it. It's my event and I know these people, but I'm still always scared before day one because I'm an introvert and I want to serve and help. So day zero, we do a dinner. And so
nice.
the people who paid in full at the beginning,
Yeah,
I'll go to dinner with. So it's a smaller group, and we have dinner the day before,
fantastic.
and that's great for them. Connect, ask me a question, but it's mostly for me. Is that oh, okay? I get to see everybody, get to
Yeah,
serve. Like okay, what's on their mind, and then I bring all that into the presentation. Uh, the combination of the push, like you do scary things
yeah,
because everything you want is on the other side of scary in your life, and you don't want to teach yourself that you're afraid and so you don't do it. Like, what would your advice for your daughter or your son be in a scary situation? It's like, you can do this. So, like, live it instead of just say it. It's a much more hard, aggressive approach. And
yeah,
then the hug is like, you're here to serve, you're here to help. Like,
yeah.
somebody here needs you. Like, your message may not touch everybody, but like, there's 5 people in this room and they're waiting for you, right?
Yes.
Because you have something that the other people here don't have. And so there's levels of believability here. Like I adjust between those two. Sometimes the aggressive push helps me more, and sometimes the like hug from service helps me more. And whatever actually helps me more in the moment of, I lean more into that. So it might be like 80-20 hug push or 80-20 push hug, and I'll adjust on the day. But that really helps me carry the right energy into the event. Because if you're going up and speaking and you're just worried about your script and what you're going to say, and did you mess up on your speech, and like, oh my God, that person's on their phone and they're not paying attention to me. I think I lost them already. Oh my God, I'm already 2 minutes. Then your speech is going to completely suck, right? Even if the information is great, because your confidence isn't there.
Yeah,
Doing those things in advance, both of them to different degrees, helps me prep to have a hopefully great speech. I mean, I don't remember what I said when you came out to the event, but I'm glad it resonated.
it was really, it was, you know what? It was the energy. So I actually don't even have like the notes on me right now. I took so many notes that day, but it was your energy and it was just so amazing. This has gone by really, really fast and I want to respect your time. So I'm just going to say, Evan, thank you so much. This has been such a great conversation. I know it's been helpful for so many people. If you guys want to follow Evan, assuming that you're not already following him, which is probably unlikely, but Evan Carmichael on YouTube. And then your Instagram is also just your name.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best thing for anybody here, though, if you're listening, watching, how many episodes have you done of the show?
Oh my goodness. We're in season 5.
Use
This
the
might
ballpark
be
here.
maybe more.
A
There's a lot.
hundred? Yeah. I mean, one, kudos to you. It's really hard. Like most people quit. Most people never start, and the ones who start quit after 3 episodes or whatever. So the fact you've done 100 is incredible. I think if anybody's made it like this deep into the show and have learned or been inspired or whatever, the best thing you can do is just leave a comment on this video. Like all
Yes.
the silent lurkers out there who just listen and move on with their day, it means a lot. Like it means a lot to hear a comment from someone to say how much that episode kind of touched them. So that's yeah. I mean, if this episode touched you in some way, whether you like what I had to say or Krystal, pop it in the chat below. I mean, I think that's the best thing that I'd love to see.
I love that. Evan, thank you so much for your time today. We're going to cut it there. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And yes, please leave a comment. Please leave a like. This is Krystal Lee Moore Lucier, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.